Disrespect is rarely an accident. We like to tell ourselves that the person who interrupted us was just excited, or that the friend who is always late is just disorganized. We even try to believe that the subtle jab at our ambition was just a joke, but deep down, we know the truth. Disrespect is a test. It's a biological probe. Humans, like all social animals, are constantly sizing each other up, measuring the status of those around them. They're checking the fences just to see if they're electrified. When someone disrespects you, whether it's a backhanded compliment or a blatant insult, they are asking a question, and that question is, how much will you tolerate? If you tolerate it, you're sending a clear signal: my value is low. Feel free to take more. But if you react with an emotional outburst, you're answering, I am unstable. I can be controlled. Most men fail this test every single day. They mistakenly believe that being nice or accommodating will earn them respect. They think that by turning the other cheek enough times, the aggressor will magically feel guilty and stop. This is a complete fantasy, and unspoken laws of power. Weakness doesn't generate mercy, it generates contempt. If you act like a doormat, don't be surprised when people wipe their feet on you. After all, that's what doormats are for. In this video, we are going to dismantle the entire architecture of disrespect. We will explore why you are currently attracting it. We'll expose the nice guy behaviors that are secretly destroying your status. And we'll teach you the precise, silent methods to renegotiate your position in any hierarchy. We are not going to teach you how to argue. Arguing is a sign of weakness. We are going to teach you how to set a standard so strong that no one dares to cross it. This is about commanding respect, not begging for it. Stay with me, because this will change how you move through the world. The single biggest mistake you make when you feel disrespected is this: you start talking. You start explaining yourself. You defend your position. You try to use logic to convince the other person that they should treat you better. You say things like, I didn't like it when you said that, or actually, I am qualified for this job. Or maybe you ask, why are you being so rude? Listen very closely. When you explain yourself, you are submitting. In the subconscious hierarchy of any interaction, the person who is explaining is the subordinate. The person who is listening and judging the explanation is the superior. By rushing to defend yourself against a disrespectful comment, you are validating the attacker's frame. You are proving that their opinion of you matters. You are essentially dancing to their tune. The ancient Romans had a concept called gravitas. It meant weight, seriousness, dignity. A man with gravitas doesn't scramble to prove he is worthy of respect. He assumes it. When you over-explain, you signal deep insecurity. You signal that your internal sense of value is fragile and needs their external validation just to survive. Predatory personalities, narcissists, manipulative climbers, toxic partners can smell this need for validation like blood in the water. They will intentionally disrespect you just to watch you squirm. They literally feed on your reaction. Stop feeding them. You must understand that you cannot negotiate genuine respect. You can't talk someone into respecting you. Respect isn't given based on your words, it is taken based on your boundaries. The moment you stop trying to convince them of your worth is the very moment your worth begins to rise. Remember, silence is a statement. Your actions, or lack thereof, speak louder than any defense you could ever mount. True power doesn't plead its case, it simply is. So, how do we stop disrespect without saying a single word? We use what I call the geometry of silence. Step 1 is the non-reaction. When that insult comes your way, your gut instinct is probably to either recoil in defense or to lash out in attack. You must do neither. Freeze your face. Don't smile. Don't frown. Become a statue. By showing absolutely zero emotion, you completely short-circuit their reward system. They were looking for a reaction. You've given them nothing but a void. Step 2 is the evaluation stare. Now, you look at them, but not with anger. Look at them with a sense of detached curiosity. Imagine they're a small child who just spilled a glass of milk, or a strange, unidentifiable insect you just found on your desk. Hold that gaze for 3 to 4 seconds, in social time. This feels like an eternity. This silence creates an immense unspoken pressure. It forces them to replay what they just said in their own head, over and over. And usually, under this kind of pressure, they will be the first to crack, they'll look away, or they'll start nervously trying to explain themselves. You'll hear the classic, I was just joking. In that moment, you have completely flipped the script. Now, they are the ones on the defensive, trying to justify their behavior to you. Step 3 is the withdrawal of attention. Once you have delivered that silent, evaluating stare, you physically turn your body away, go back to your work, check your phone, engage with someone else in the room. You have just signaled, without uttering a syllable. Your comment was so far beneath me, it doesn't even warrant a verbal response. This is the ultimate power move. Indifference is so much more lethal than anger. Anger shows that you care, that their words got to you. Indifference shows that you are completely untouchable. You need to consider adopting what I call the shadow architect mindset. You are the architect, actively building a high-value reality for yourself. Anyone who disrespects the architect gets evicted from the building. It's that simple. There are no arguments. There's no drama. It's just a locked door. This brings me to a crucial point. You teach people how to treat you. If you currently feel surrounded by disrespect, it's likely because you have, unintentionally, trained the people around you that disrespecting you is a low-cost, low-consequence activity. You have essentially made it cheap to insult you. Starting today, you must raise the price. Now, this does not mean you become a tyrant. It doesn't mean you walk around with a chip on your shoulder, looking for a fight. It simply means you cultivate an aura of standards. When you begin to respect your own time, others will have no choice but to respect it too. When you respect your own word and follow through on what you say, others will learn to respect it. When you dress, speak, and carry yourself with the precision and intention of an architect designing a masterpiece, the world adjusts to you, not the other way around. Be prepared, though. There will be people who do not like the new you. They really like the old doormat. They preferred the version of you that was easy to control and walk all over. When you start setting firm boundaries, they will call you arrogant. They might call you cold. Let them. Their discomfort is simply the sound of them being forced to adjust to your new level of authority. Remember this, the only people who get upset when you set boundaries are the ones who benefited from you having none. Walk away from them. There are billions of people on this planet. Do not waste your limited, precious time on this earth trying to fix people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Silence is your shield. Your standards are your sword. Reclaim your dignity, not with a shout, but with a stare. Subscribe to the Shadow Architect.